Okay, I've got the CZ452. Let's shoot some 22s. We'll start at 50 yards. Okay, so this is the CZ452 trainer with a Leupold 2-7 with a rimfire scope. It's a great scope. Let's go ahead and start at 50 yards. I'll just use a cheap Remington bulk ammo.
Hey YouTube friends, this is kind of a follow-up report to my CZ452 range report that I did a while back. I had taken it out to the range. It was really windy. I didn't quite get the results that I thought the rifle was capable of. So I took it back out today. As you can see, it was a pretty calm day, and I gave it another try. In case you didn't hear the voiceover in the previous scene, it's a CZ452 military training rifle. It's commonly just called the CZ452 trainer. It is a discontinued model, but CZ has replaced it with a new series of rimfire rifles, and they are just absolutely terrific. I do have a Leupold 2-7 magnification rimfire scope on there, on some BKM, I believe that's what they're called, BKM, or yeah, high offset rings, so that I can use the iron sights as a backup, or if I just want to use iron sights, they're available there. As you can see, it cycles really smoothly. Nice little alternative to the typical Ruger 1022. Not taking anything away from that rifle, but you know, it is a bolt action, so I think inherently it's going to be a little bit more accurate. And I just love this thing, and I wanted to give you guys another look at it and show you what it can really do. So here I am at 50 yards. That first grouping that you see there was me just getting the rifle sighted in again. It had been a while since I'd shot it. It was shooting about, as you can see, about 1.5 inches high, 1.5 inches, 2 inches too high. So I adjusted the elevation, and as I mentioned, this is just using Remington bulk ammunition. It seems to do pretty well on this rifle. Of course, the results would be better with more expensive or match grade 22 long rifle ammunition, but you also forfeit the cost savings that comes with using 22s. As you can see, the rifle shoots real well. It could even shoot tighter than this. You know, that's partly my fault. It's the shooter as well. But it gives you plenty of accuracy. I mean, at 50 yards, I'm sure this would be more than enough for hunting purposes. For target purposes, like I said, better ammunition and better skill, more patience. I was getting kind of tired at this point. Will improve the grouping. But it's just a great rifle. 22s are susceptible, of course, to the effects of wind. So that first time that I took it out during the Santa Ana winds, you know, it didn't group nearly as well as it did today. And as you can see, this rifle, you know, it can just shoot the lights out. I highly recommend it. As I mentioned, they are discontinued, but that's just the old series. CZ has replaced them with a new family of rimfire rifles. And you know, if you want something that's accurate, inexpensive, and fun to shoot, and is really a well-made firearm, you should really look into the CZ line of rimfire rifles. Just can't go wrong with them.
Really great. You know, I thought about that. Being a more make a fortune doing that. It's gross.
Now that 10-shot group that you see on the lower target right on the bullseye, that's actually the 10 shots that I took earlier as you were watching me shoot the weapon, cycling the action. Even tighter than the group above, and that's a little bit more indicative of what this rifle can really do. So again, go ahead and get one if you haven't already. And last but not least, for you purists out there, I went ahead and recorded myself at 50 yards using just the iron sights. I didn't take the scope off. You know, it's a little bit more difficult that way, but I did use the iron sight system, just basically looking under the scope through the holes in the scope rings. I set the windage for 50 meters, course, that's farther than 50 yards. I probably should have just left it at 25. So as you can see, the grouping's a little bit high. But even with iron sights and having to look under the scope, it's still quite accurate. This is definitely one of the best acquisitions that I've made in terms of firearms and rifles in particular. You'll see many YouTube videos that stress the importance of having at least one .22 caliber rifle or handgun in your collection, and I'm glad I got one. It's really, really fun, doesn't break the bank, and there's really no recoil, so you can get a beginner interested in the shooting sports with a .22 like this. They'll be off to a great start, and given what's going on right now, the attack on our Second Amendment rights, we need as many firearms enthusiasts and shooting sports / Second Amendment supporters that we can get. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this update on the CZ452, and please stay tuned for more videos soon. Thanks.